On the evening of December 9th, 1965, the sky above Pennsylvania was painted with an unusual spectacle. A fireball streaked across the horizon, casting an eerie glow over the landscape. It was a sight that would soon become the talk of the town. The object, described as an acorn-shaped craft, descended with a thunderous roar, crashing into the dense woods of Kecksburg. The event was witnessed by a multitude of residents, each with their own version of the story, each convinced they had seen something extraordinary. As the news spread, excitement and fear intertwined in the hearts of the townsfolk. They gathered in small groups, sharing their accounts and speculating about what could have fallen from the sky. Was it a meteor, a satellite, or something far more enigmatic? The local newspaper, the Mount Pleasant Journal, was quick to report on the incident, noting that the object had left a distinct imprint in the ground, as if it had been carefully placed there by an unseen hand. The descriptions varied. Some claimed it was metallic, others said it shimmered with an otherworldly glow. The following day, as the community buzzed with curiosity, military personnel arrived on the scene. Dressed in uniforms that spoke of authority and secrecy, they cordoned off the area, pushing back the eager crowd. The residents, who had initially gathered out of concern and intrigue, were met with an unsettling realization. Their government was taking charge, and they were being kept at a distance. Whispers of a cover-up began to circulate, fueled by the sight of soldiers and the ominous presence of military vehicles. Among the witnesses was a young boy named Tommy, whose wide eyes had seen the object crash. He had run to the site with his friends, their laughter echoing through the trees, only to be met with the stern faces of soldiers and the harsh reality of an unfolding mystery. Tommy's heart raced as he recounted the event to anyone who would listen. He spoke of the bright lights, the strange sounds, and the way the object seemed to hum with energy. In his mind, he had witnessed something incredible, something that could change the world. As the military secured the area, they began to gather evidence, taking photographs and collecting samples. The townspeople watched from afar, their imaginations running wild with possibilities. Some believed they had witnessed an extraterrestrial visitation, a sign that humanity was not alone in the universe. Others were more skeptical, suggesting that the object could be a top-secret government project, perhaps a prototype that had malfunctioned. The debate raged on, dividing the town into factions, each convinced of their own narrative. The military's presence only intensified the speculation. As the days passed, the story began to fade from the headlines, but the mystery surrounding the incident deepened. Residents reported strange occurrences, unexplained lights in the sky, odd sounds in the night, and even sightings of men in black suits who seemed to be watching them. The feeling of unease settled over Kecksburg like a thick fog, and trust in the government began to erode. Tommy, now a teenager, found himself drawn to the mystery. He spent countless hours researching the incident, poring over newspaper clippings and interviewing witnesses. He discovered that many had seen the object, yet their stories were often dismissed or ridiculed. The more he learned, the more he felt a sense of duty to uncover the truth. He became determined to find out what really happened that night, convinced that the answers lay hidden beneath layers of secrecy. As he delved deeper, he encountered a range of perspectives. Some residents held steadfast to the belief that the object was of extraterrestrial origin. They spoke of government cover-ups and conspiracies, convinced that the military was hiding the truth from the public. Others, however, offered a more grounded explanation. They suggested that the object was likely a meteor or a piece of space debris, and that the military's involvement was merely a precautionary measure to ensure public safety. Tommy found himself at a crossroads, torn between the allure of the extraordinary and the comfort of the mundane. He reached out to local historians and UFO enthusiasts, gathering stories and theories. He learned about similar incidents around the country, each with its own set of witnesses and cover-ups. The tapestry of mystery began to unfold before him, each thread revealing a deeper narrative about humanity's quest for understanding and the fear of the unknown. As he pieced together the fragments of the past, Tommy uncovered a pattern of government secrecy that stretched back decades. He learned about Project Blue Book, a U.S. Air Force program that investigated UFO sightings, and the many cases that had been dismissed or classified. The more he discovered, the more he began to question the narrative that had been fed to him. Why were so many incidents swept under the rug? What were they trying to hide? Driven by a sense of purpose, Tommy organized a town meeting, inviting residents to share their experiences and thoughts on the Kecksburg incident. The gymnasium filled with familiar faces, each carrying their own memories of that fateful night. As they shared their stories, a collective energy filled the room. The air crackled with excitement and tension as people recounted their encounters with the mysterious object. One woman spoke of the fear she felt as she watched the fireball streak across the sky, her children clinging to her side. Another man recalled the sound of the crash and the way the ground shook beneath his feet. As the stories unfolded, a tapestry of emotion wove itself through the crowd: fear, wonder, and a yearning for answers. Tommy listened intently, taking notes and encouraging others to share. He felt a sense of camaraderie with the townspeople, a shared bond that transcended their differing beliefs. As the night wore on, the conversation shifted from the incident itself to the broader implications of what it meant to witness something so extraordinary. They discussed the nature of truth, the role of government, and the human desire to connect with something greater than themselves. The meeting concluded with a sense of purpose. Tommy proposed that they take their stories to the wider world, to share their experiences and demand transparency from the government. The crowd erupted in applause, their voices rising in unison. It was a moment of unity, a declaration that they would not be silenced or dismissed. In the weeks that followed, Tommy and a group of dedicated residents began to organize a campaign. They reached out to local news outlets, UFO organizations, and even researchers who specialized in unexplained phenomena. They gathered evidence, compiled witness accounts, and prepared to present their case to the public. The town of Kecksburg, once a quiet community, was now at the forefront of a growing movement for truth. As the campaign gained momentum, tensions began to rise. The military, sensing the growing unrest, intensified their efforts to control the narrative. Unmarked vehicles were seen patrolling the area, and rumors circulated about government agents visiting residents in the dead of night. The atmosphere grew thick with paranoia, as people wondered who they could trust. Despite the pressure, Tommy remained resolute. He continued to gather stories, and the more he listened, the more he realized that the Kecksburg incident was not just a singular event. It was part of a larger tapestry of human experience. It was a reflection of humanity's eternal quest for knowledge and understanding, a reminder of the mysteries that lay beyond the stars. As the anniversary of the incident approached, Tommy and his group organized a public event to commemorate the crash. They invited speakers, including UFO researchers and historians, to share their insights and perspectives. The event drew a diverse crowd: skeptics, believers, and those simply curious about the mysteries of the universe. It was a celebration of curiosity and exploration, a testament to the human spirit's desire to seek the truth. On the day of the event, the air was electric with anticipation. The community had come together, united by their shared experiences and the search for answers. As speakers took the stage, they shared their insights, weaving together the threads of history, science, and the unknown. They spoke of the importance of questioning the narrative, of seeking truth in a world often shrouded in secrecy. Tommy stood at the back of the crowd, watching as the community engaged in passionate discussions. He felt a sense of pride in what they had accomplished. They had transformed their fear and uncertainty into a movement for truth, a collective voice demanding answers. In that moment, he realized that the Kecksburg incident was not just about an acorn-shaped object crashing in the woods. It was about the power of community, the strength of shared experiences, and the relentless pursuit of understanding. As the event concluded, people lingered, sharing stories and exchanging contact information. Tommy felt a renewed sense of hope. The journey to uncover the truth was far from over, but the community had taken the first step. They had opened the door to dialogue, fostering an environment where curiosity could thrive. In the years that followed, the Kecksburg incident would continue to capture the imagination of those who heard the stories. Tommy, now a young man, remained dedicated to the pursuit of truth. He continued to research, write, and engage with others who shared his passion for the unknown. The incident had become a defining moment in his life, shaping his beliefs and driving him to explore the mysteries of the universe. As he looked back on that fateful night in December 1965, he understood that the Kecksburg UFO incident was more than just a crash. It was a reminder of humanity's eternal quest for knowledge, a symbol of the mysteries that lay beyond the stars, and a testament to the power of community in the face of uncertainty. The truth may have been elusive, but the journey to uncover it was a path worth walking, a story worth telling, and a legacy worth leaving behind.